welcome. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced and get happy with Dr. Marissa. And this show is about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So I have shows and topics.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days.
Monday, Tuesday,
Happy days.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Happy days.
Friday, whatever.
Happy days.
What a day. Na, 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 na.
I love you.
I love you too.
Best known as the mom from Happy Days, and she is a delightful 89-year young Marion Ross to my studio. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Dr. Marissa, this is such a treat for me.
Oh.
My goodness, you're a wonderment.
Which is exactly the kind of guest that I like. Those who have gone through life, good and bad, and then taken those experiences to alchemize them into the person they are now and doing good on the planet. I'd like you to welcome Corey Feldman.
If you're grateful for it and you say right away, thank you, God. Oh, my God, it's so beautiful. I'm so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then guess what? More good things will come to you.
Does this sound familiar at all? She's back again to mark my Cancer Awareness and Prevention Month show. Please welcome Fran Drescher. Hi, Fran.
On and supporting cancer schmance. I really appreciate it.
So what would you say are some of the biggest myths, Fran, that people have about cancer?
Well, I would say that they think that there's a cure for it.
Okay.
Instead of a cause for it.
This is the first call-in show when I get to be Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura. And people call in to get their life tires balanced and their critical thinking or their BS, their belief systems, smog checked. And today I am delighted to have Malie calling in from Birmingham, Alabama.
We could go 90 days and then end up having terrible sex. And then you say, well, the relationship's not all about sex. Well, if I'm not getting great sex from you, then I'm going to get it from somebody else. Right?
That moose just got put on the table. And I see Josh and Jim.
I have to agree
You're
with Clyde.
both nodding. Ramon's sort of half nodding because his wife's listening. But
I understood what was going to happen if Muhammad Ali's youngest daughter, made public that I was going to become a boxer. So I wanted to make sure this was the path that I wanted to go down.
you are absolutely fabulous, beautiful inside and out. And I'm giving you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award today.
Thank you.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic point.
When I go, I'm gone.
Are you lonely?
No.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be
But
the answer.
I surround myself with people. I mean, I'm always the one cooking for things. But I'm always the one that decorates first and come to my house. All the orphans that have no place.
I'm going to have no place to go, so I
Okay,
can
okay,
over.
come on over.
And life is so amazing if we can see it.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio station KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumbles, Podchaser, Spreaker, and you name it, I'm there because I want to balance out all the bad news with some good news and good people. So for the past 614 consecutive weeks, we have been bringing you good topics, good guests. If you've missed any one of those podcast shows, please go to my free subscribe YouTube TV channel where you will find interviews with Corey Feldman, as you saw, Fran Drescher, The Temptations on my red carpet, as well as Halle Berry and John Travolta. So please do free subscribe there because you will also get an alert every weekday morning to tune in here and get to chat and talk with my very special guests. And today is absolutely no exception to the rule. You see some familiar faces. That means it's a Wednesday, when I have my very special Doctors in the House show with Dr. Tiffanie Tate. And she has a very special guest that you also see in studio. Her name, if I'm pulling up, I want to make sure I get her bio in front of me. I am so delighted to have someone that I actually saw on my Netflix, and I mentioned it to Dr. Tiffanie. It turns out it is her neighbor. She's a San Francisco native. She travels the world performing stand-up comedy. You may have seen her on the Squid Game, the challenge, now streaming on Netflix or HBO. You know Dr. Tiffanie Tate, my co-host on Wednesdays. She's an OBGyn retired out of Compton, California. She's a playwright. She's a poet. She's a singer-songwriter. You name it. She is it. So I am so delighted to have two powerful, colorful women in my studio today. Welcome, Dr. Tiffanie and Starla. And I think I said that wrong. Heinz, right? Heinz like the ketchup?
Heinz like the ketchup, without the fortune.
Without. So delighted to have you here today. And
thank you for having
you are
me.
a neighbor of Dr. Tiffany's. And
Yes.
before we get into your life, which is really fun, with all the stuff that you do, we start every show with breakfast. Breakfast with our guest. The top of the bun is gratitudes. 8 things we are specifically grateful for, followed by 8 things that we like about ourselves. And this is a discipline started over a year ago on the show to make sure that we anchor in and balance up that bad news with focusing on what's good. So I'm going to let my co-host start. What are you grateful for today, Dr. Tiffanie?
I am grateful for love because this is our Valentine's Day show.
I am grateful that I started dating again because I've forgotten how to flirt. Starla, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful for the gift to take to learn.
Beautiful.
To take positive direction.
Good. Dr. Tiffanie.
I am grateful for my beautiful children.
I'm grateful that I get to live in Southern California by the ocean of abundance.
I am grateful for my family.
Dr. Tiffanie, one more.
And I am grateful for resiliency.
And my last gratitude is that last night the planets did not crash into each other. So we have another beautiful day to live, love, laugh, learn, and celebrate this day of love. All right, that's the top of the bun. Going to the bottom of the bun. What do you like about yourself? A lot of us have that critical voice always telling us what we shouldn't be doing, what we're not all that, which is a lie. We are all one of a kind, wonderful. So I want to anchor that with, what do you like about yourself? Because frankly, my dear, if you can't approve of yourself, how the fork do you expect anyone else to? So I like that I am a good laugher. I pretty much, that's my favorite sound in the world. I will find something to laugh about at least once every 5 minutes. Starla, what do you like about yourself?
I love that I have the ability to cut out the negative noise and concentrate on me to get through.
Beautiful. Dr. Tiffanie.
Beautiful. Since I'm on with a comedian, I love humor. I love my humor. It may not be as fabulous as Starla's, but I think I'm pretty funny.
Beautiful. Yes, I appreciate it. I'm pretty funny, but looks aren't everything. But I'm fun. Starla, one more. What do you like about yourself?
I love my personality, that I draw towards people of laughter and good life.
That's why you're here. Boo. Dr. Tiffany, last one. What do you like about yourself?
I like my ability to love.
Perfectly timed with Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes,
That's it for today's breakfast with Dr. Tiffany and my guest, Starla Heinz. I promise that if you do this discipline for 28 consecutive days, you will sandwich your day in the most positive way. And now we're going to go to our very special guest in studio today. I'm going to let Dr. Tiffanie Tate take the introductions here, and I'll pop in every once in a while and ask questions. If you are in the chat, if you are not driving on the way to work this morning and sitting somewhere by your computer, please do feel free to make comments and ask questions in the Cashew Gallery. All right, Dr. Tiffanie, who is this beautiful woman sandwiched in between us in studio here?
Well, Starla is fabulous. Let me start with that. And she is a San Francisco native. And let me read her intro.
I actually did that already.
Oh, okay.
So you can do the personal side.
Oh, okay. And so I've had the pleasure to spend some time with her, and she is an excellent cook. She has made me some fabulous gumbo, and we have spent some time actually going to the Squid Games in LA, and we have done that Squid Game challenge together. Unfortunately, she did die, and so did I. We were eliminated. The doll took me out too. How rude of her. But
you didn't tell me you were in that thing?
No, we were in the real one. We did a simulation. I wasn't in the real movie.
Oh, yeah. I was like, well, how did that get not mentioned?
Yeah. I wasn't in the real one. There's a makeshift one, a recreation. Yeah. Yes. And we have had a wonderful, wonderful time. And what I like most about Starla is that she is very genuine. She is very personable. I have seen her stand up performances in Los Angeles. She is humorous. I love her performances. If you know anything about me, I love comedy. And one of the things I love most is to laugh because it helps you get rid of all of your stress. And laughter is a good way to lose weight. And I could stand to lose it. You could just laugh away. So I think
that's great.
yes. And I think Starla can tell you a lot about life and love, which is why I really wanted her to talk about or have her on our Valentine's Day segment, because she can give you wonderful advice about love because she has brothers and she's lived a lot. So I wanted her to talk about her story, her journey, and some of the awesome projects that she's done and that she's doing. Take it away, Starla.
Thank you. Yeah, I first of all, thank you very much for having me. And I'm going to borrow a few of your things just in my daily life because I'm just going to borrow your BS system because that goes with everything I live for, to recheck your belief system. Because I was homeless in San Francisco, and that is what brought me full circle. It's my laughter that kept me through. I didn't have any role models growing up. I'm 61, and the role models I had told me I wasn't going to be anything. I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel those words. So the women I saw were women like, oh, I like that dress. I like that smile. I like the way she moves. And that's what I was drawn to. And that's what I saw even in the shelter when they put me out at 8 a.m. I was like, no, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be keeping me in. It's my laughter that kept me there. It's my laughter. And they saw something in me and they moved me. I went to school from the shelter. It's my laughter that kept me going instead of going out and selling drugs. It's my laughter that saved my life. I vowed at a young age not to be a statistic, not to be what people, I said people were not going to decide my destiny. I was.
Wow.
And and so that's where I am. And out of 7 people in my home, I'm the only one with the house. I decided I was going to choose my own destiny. And I am still going, and I'm still, laughter truly saved my life. And so that's what my story is. And
Wow.
it keeps going. So every job I got from there was 2 things: to find shelter, a job with shelter, because my only thing in life was, all I ever wanted was to find a room that I could put a TV dinner in, a microwave, and sit down where I didn't have to share a TV where, they do in the shelter. Turn the channel. I didn't want to, I didn't want to do that. So, that's how I got into the military. I'm a veteran because I provided housing, you know, and a roof over your head. I was very strategic about that.
Wow. Hold on one second. I'm just too curious. How did you even end up like that? Like, how did you?
My mother kicked me out. She chose her boyfriend over me. And to this day, I do not advocate women picking their men over their children. It's a huge thing. Women go for their, and then she kept all her sons. Women take care of their sons. Until this day, I have a 65-year-old living at home with my mom.
Wow.
Because women do it. And it's, women, and she successfully took care of all of our brothers, and she stripped them of their manhood. And we have them.
So you definitely have been challenged to appreciate and not be so angry.
I am not. How can you be? It is what it is. I vowed I was not going to be the witches that she laid out. She said I would not be anything good in life but except on my back. And I said, at 13, I said, you know what? I don't think that's my destiny. At 13, I had the presence of mind.
Wow.
And I used to go around the corner on Haight Street, and there was this kind lady that was on the store that had a liquor store, and I watched the world, you know, by hanging out. You know, there's always these nice ladies that take in kids and hang out with you. And then this other lady raised me, you know, because I'd hang out with friends. So there was always women that I emulated. Like there was my best friend's mother who taught me how to be, I saw how to be a mother, you know, I saw how to hang out. And I was like, oh, this is how a house is supposed to be. This is how this is, you know, this is what this is going to be. It gets deeper, but I knew what it was supposed to be.
Wow.
And you never took away my laughter. So the relationship I have with my daughter now is the relationship that it's supposed to have been.
Yeah, that's one thing. When your mother is not the kind of mother that you hope for, you think two things. One is if it's not one thing, it's your mother. You can use that. And there's only two times you don't have mother issues: when you're born and when you die. And our only job is to do better than our mothers.
We have to. We have to go back. We have to. We have to. And you know, I have no ill will. She's still alive. We don't address many issues. You know, we don't address many issues. You know, some of those things don't speak about it back in those old days. From Mississippi, we don't. You know, it's like it never see no evil. You know, from the old school and you spoke about mental health issues. There's two of my brothers that really suffer from mental health issues that have not been addressed, that have not been diagnosed. And, you know, it's just like, oh, he's having a meltdown, and that's it. He's never been seen or anything. And that's it.
Yeah. I share some of your mother's stuff. You know, I'm one of the statistics, 7 out of 10 of us who've had childhood trauma, which I can see you have had as well. And I remember a person said, your mother's only job was to pop you out. And I tell you, it just stopped me. And I thought, you know what? If I can start at that place, then I'm grateful for her popping me out. I have a life. Everything else is gravy. And we both know, and as well, Dr. Tiffanie, you know, everybody does the best that they can do. If they can do better, they would, but they can't. Now
with the tools that they got. And I remember my mother telling me at 13, I was the reason she couldn't get a man. But I was number 5. You know, but you never know what all, you know, something in me just said, it's not me.
Right.
You know, I had the mindset, and I'm grateful that I knew it wasn't me.
Now, you know, Starla, what you do, you embody resilience, and you embody strength, and you embody everything that a strong woman should be and is, because what you did was you overcame, you persevered, and you have conquered. And what you are doing is you are achieving your goals, and you are moving forward, and you are just showing what success looks like.
We work on it. You know, I raised these kids, probation officer for over 20 years. I recently retired. And that's what we do. It's my language of love. And that's what it is. I show everything through. We all have languages. My language is love, is caring. The things I didn't get, that's how I show my love. I cook. I love deeply. I just show it through my language. Yeah, it gets taken advantage of, but I know how to draw back. But that's just...
Yes. So I was just going to do a quick station ID. If you're just tuned in and you're wondering what's going on in the studio today, it is Wednesday. It is Doctors in the House with Dr. Marissa and
Dr. Tiffanie Tate.
We have a very special guest, a neighbor friend and new friend of mine, a colorful woman who is telling her story of how she looked at what she had to work with and decided she didn't want to be a statistic. Her name is Starla Heinz. She is an actor, a successful actor and comedian, and she came from a place that was not exactly what we would think is a positive past, but she's taken everything that has happened to her and helped chisel her into the beautiful inside and out woman she is today. So,
Appreciate that.
Starla, talk to me. You definitely have as Dr. Tiffanie said, you are a role model for someone who does not accept the circumstances that she grows up with. How did you become an actor specifically? How did you get on Netflix, Squid Game? And I have to be honest, I remembered you because they did a full introduction clip on you, and usually they do that for people who survive to the end of the show. And I remember, going, oh, she's gonna make it to the end, and then you get killed by the doll, and I'm like, what? That
I died so quick.
Every series rule. But anyways, going back, how did you get on Netflix on the Squid Game?
There's this casting process. There's a link that it's called casting network that actresses go, and you don't even know what you're applying for. It was just something that I am SAG, but you didn't have to be SAG. They did a worldwide casting, and I didn't even know. It just said, do you like games? Are you competitive? And I was like, oh yeah, let me apply to this. And maybe a couple of months later, they said, send in a 1-minute tape of how competitive you are. I sent it in. 2 months later, they said, hey, tell us more about how competitive you are. And I did. 3 months later, they said, send you to the next round. This is Squid Games. More. That was an 8-month casting process.
Wow.
It was 8 months. And when I tell you, they did background, they did everything. Netflix legal team was all over it. They wiggled it down and wiggled it down. It was amazing. So I don't know how I got on it, but I'm glad I made the team. I don't know how I died. I expected me to go further, but it is what it is. They were kind to me, and I'm happy I even made the cast.
That's great. I was hoping to be able to show what Dr. Tiffanie said to me was the little excerpt, but it's on a platform that doesn't have a link in it.
Oh, I would have sent it to you. I have.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just season 1. But what's grateful is they made me their screensaver for season 1. So I'm just posing, dying.
That is so cool.
So I got some love, and I'll take it. So
yeah, for sure. How did you become an actress?
Well, I can't because I always looked for women I can emulate. And we always emulate women in television, right? Those were our role models. That's
now, Starla, which one came first, comedian or actor?
Well, comedian saved my life, but I was just naturally funny, or I thought I was, because I joked myself out of a lot of situations. You have to use your sense of humor, or you're going to be in trouble. Then people were like, "Get out of here, girl." So I joked myself out of a lot of situations, and that I never took it seriously. And then I was thinking, you know what? Maybe I'll actually put myself on stage. I wanted to be an actress first, but then I was thinking, I think I'll do this comedian thing first. But I got my SAG card a long time ago. But I couldn't afford to keep the dues up because guess what? I needed to work. That's that thing called bills in life, and you needed skills to keep that going. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to turn out a statistic. So stability was the top thing in my life. I needed to be stable. I know that I didn't want to go back to where I came from. So I needed a roof over my head. Housing was number one. So, that dream of being an actress didn't provide a stable check, but a job did and an education did. So I went to school.
Now, what was your first actor job?
Oh, wow. One of my I came up with Anthony Anderson. And had I not stopped, I was a pregnant hooker on the Jamie Foxx show. When he said, feed that baby, I gave the baby, I put a bottle on a English 800 bottle, and I fed the baby. I was in The Fan with Wesley Snipes. I was in, Oh my goodness. I did a whole bunch of background work. That's how I got my SAT card. So I'm dating myself.
Okay.
Remember when the fan came out and the Wayans brothers, when he was trying to write a script and back then. So yeah, now Anthony Anderson is doing real good, and I went back to work. So
Okay.
now I'm back.
Awesome.
I'm back. I dusted off my SAG card. My daughter graduated from college. She got her bachelor's in biomedical science. And
I'm just putting up the picture since I can't seem to get it.
Okay.
Do you see it?
I see it. My
Yes.
daughter she got her bachelor's in biomedical science. She's in an accelerated master's program in biomedical science, and we're going to pray she get it into med school and can emulate you fine ladies.
Awesome. That's what we want.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Yeah. There she is in full color in that green tracksuit, number 318. Is the link on YouTube? Is there a way to find that link on YouTube?
I could, no, they'd have to watch Netflix, but I have
okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I have something, I just have like little clips.
Oh, okay. Is it on your Instagram?
You know what? I think I did put some on Instagram. You'd have to dig.
I'll look it up. You keep talking. You keep talking. I'll keep looking.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram with the doll. She turns around and like
right.
Me talking about I'm gonna win and then I die. Someone said, "Girl, I went to the bathroom and you were dead." I was like, "Well, I died pretty, didn't I?"
Oh, I killed it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I did kill it. But I even say that in my act. I was like, they got me playing red light, green light. Don't they know I'm colorblind? I didn't even know my husband was white.
No way.
Yeah.
Are you funny or is that true?
Both.
He's
super nice. He's an awesome guy. And so tell us some of your latest projects.
Okay, well, yesterday I filmed Abbott Elementary. I was on the set with that.
I know the her name. One of the main characters, woman, Sue. Is it Sue? Did you meet her?
I might have waved. I was a choir lady. I was background for a choir lady. So we didn't speak. We were told to be quiet. And over the weekend, I was a prisoner in a jail scene. Saturday, tonight, I'm going to NAM. It's the National Association of Music Merchant, because my husband is an engineer and he designs loudspeakers. Saturday, I'm flying to Barcelona, Spain, because I have 3 shows in Spain and Barcelona.
Wow, that's so awesome.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So Barcelona.
Yeah. They say it with a lisp. So
please tell me.
Barcelona, like
Barcelona.
Yeah, TH instead of.
Oh, thank you.
Barcelona. Yeah, they'll be very impressed with you if you say.
Oh, that's good. So when I get to the crowd, I'm like Barcelona. Barcelona.
So can you whip out at the beginning and use this as a test audience of what you're gonna do in a set in Barcelona?
Welcome. I'm probably gonna come out in something short and say, I thought I'd run the California sunshine with me.
Keep going.
Oh my goodness.
Pressure.
I'm fine under pressure. Have you heard my life?
Do you use your past in your sets?
I do. Are you kidding? Yes, I do. Because that's me. That's all I know. And it's authentic. I am authentic. I am transparent. I am very authentic. I'm using some new material. I've been asked to start doing a clean set because I'm in the throes of auditioning for a family-friendly set. Ooh. That's ABC. That I'm doing a Zoom call today at 2:30. I'm in the second throes of that. So
So
it's
I'm glad you didn't launch into a real set, because I'm under FCC rules and every swear word is 20,000.
no, yeah, I'm not cursing. I'm not cursing. This is a family friendly. And so
Yeah,
it's supposed to be. I was told.
He was forewarned.
I was forewarned.
Oh yes, thank you, Dr. Tiffany.
I was forewarned. But the thing that I'm doing, the show is the same on the same platform. No cursing, family friendly. And so I promised them the sets in Barcelona, which will be taped, will be family friendly as well.
Right.
So that's why I'm taking your BS system with me to Barcelona.
Is this so this is from your TikTok?
That's from my TikTok.
That's not your actual thing in the show.
If you go down and see that lady, if you keep going down and see that Squid Game lady keep going down, you see the Squid Game lady in the red.
Okay.
Find her, and then you'll see a clip. You'll see an actual clip. I have to put my reading glasses on to help you.
Okay.
But you'll find her. She'll be okay.
I'm still doing that.
No,
I see red, but it's not.
Starla, what can you tell us about love?
Oh, wow.
Since it's Valentine's Day.
Love is very special. Follow your heart, but don't be a fool.
Okay.
Because you know what? Love is a highway. You know, we are very quick to fall in love. Okay? And sometimes we don't use our rightful mind. And people see that and they sense that, and they're not mindful of our feelings.
I agree.
It's okay to fall in love. That's our language. That is our language. But we have to be mindful. Do you remember how hard you studied and the tenacity you studied? People study you with the same tenacity. You know when to abort. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. I have 2 poems about love that I want to read from my book, Flowetry. And the first is going to be my son's favorite poem, and it's called Love by Humbug.
Did I sound like a humbug?
No, it did not. And it says, I love love, but it does not love me. Just when I thought I found it, it eluded me. Is love just an illusion that no one can see? Chasing it around here and there? It must have been hiding under a rug. I'm at the point when I think love, by humbug. Perhaps love is just not in my cards. I'm weary of those who say they love me and come sniffing around my yard. I'm afraid of a broken heart, so I stay on guard. Experiencing a broken heart feels like being pierced with a glass shard. I'm at the point of when I think love, by humbug.
I love that. Let me ask you this. I love my husband. We've been married for 7 years, but by year 5, he still didn't know what was my favorite ice cream. So here's the thing. You could choose to be hurt, or is this just his personality? Do you make a big fluff about it, or do you teach him? Because he's still in training, right? Because you've already trained him already. Do you continue with the lesson, or do you let it go and let someone else train him? These are the things we do. This is the thing in marriage. Do you stay hurt? Do you stay in that place? Because these are the things we must do. This is the definition of love. That we must keep doing what we're doing. It's not all fluffs. And we're like, he didn't remember this, and he didn't, nah. It's not him as a person.
But if you try to train someone, I remember dating one of the only men that I actually felt like I had that love connection with. It ended because Valentine's Day, no flowers, no anything. And the response was, I don't do that. It's a made up holiday. I've never given flowers. I will never give flowers. And I said, well, I can understand that, but I like flowers.
Yes.
I, the training part, but the response was nope. And so I ended it because not because he didn't give me flowers, but the reaction to the training was so negative.
Right.
That was an
you
eject
liked it.
and abort. That was abort and eject. So my question to you is, yes, I understand your point on training, but is there a limit to? And that's the part about relationships.
Absolutely.
Does it really have to be training? Shouldn't people or men that you're attracted to, where's that line of, I don't want to have to train. I do training at work. I do training, professionally. I coach all the time. When I come home, the last thing I want to do is train.
Here's my answer to that. And this is my answer to a lot of that. If it's not in him, it's not in him. Because some people, loving is not in him. And we cannot make him be nice to us. So we want to be loved. We want the flowers. And just by you saying, I don't do that, but just by you saying, I like this makes me feel good. He should do it just because you like that. This makes you feel special. So his should go on the side. This is what makes my woman feels good.
Yeah.
So this is all, at that point, this is all about making my woman feel good. Mm-hmm. And now if we're playing tug of war over this, dude, I don't want it now.
Yeah.
Because I have to pull your teeth to get it. It doesn't feel the same. Yeah. I want to walk in the house and just have this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I want to walk in the house and have the favorite, because you know what? I do that for you. Mm-hmm. And we do. Yeah. We women go out of our way. It is not wrong to want to be loved the way we love them.
Good point. Dr. Tiffanie, we missed the second poem.
Sorry,
Tiffanie.
That's okay.
Well, this is an important leeway into it. It's called Love You. I love you, and I thought you should know I'll stay by your side and never let you go. Mm-hmm. My goal is to bring you happiness. Let me help alleviate your stress. Yeah. I love you and want to stay by your side. Let's stay together forever and let love be our guide. If at any time you no longer want to be with me, please let me know so we can redefine we. I love you and we can just be friends if you want to. Wanting you in my life forever still remains true. Hearing your voice fills me with love and relief. How I love you so brings me so much disbelief. I love you and long to be in your arms. I can't withstand your smile and southern charms. I'm vulnerable with you and my defenses you disarm. I am 100% yours, so don't let it bring you alarm. I love you. Please know that my love is true. Nothing you can do will make me stop loving you. If you decide you no longer want me, I love you enough to set you free.
Beautiful. Perfect sentiment for Halloween, for Valentine's Day today. If you've just tuned in and you're wondering what's going on in studio, you are tuned in to KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind, home to the Asian Oprah, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher. And if you'd like to watch and listen to this show, please do free subscribe to my YouTube TV channel, where you will get not just the shows, but a red carpet playlist, as well as episodes like this where we feature a comedian, actor, Starla Heinz, my co-host and I, in this special series every Wednesday called Doctors in the House with Dr. Marissa and
Dr. Tiffanie Tate.
Absolutely. And guess what I found? Here we go. You will recognize her as...
My strategy is not to get killed, get to the end. Get to the end. I know how to survive. I got to win.
First thing is red light, green light.
My strategy is not to get killed, get to the end. Get to the end. I know how to survive. I got to win.
First thing is
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was going to show
No, that's it.
they killed. But
I died too quick.
But that was great.
Oh, and the part where I'm in the front talking.
Okay, yeah.
There's like those two clips.
Right.
With me
That's
at
so
the
good.
desk.
That's so good.
Oh,
So,
thank you for finding that. It's quick.
Of course. Dr.
Your
Tiffany?
detective skills are up.
I'm an investigative reporter. What can I say?
Yes,
It actually comes in handy. Did you have any other questions, Dr. Tiffany, for Starla?
Well, do you have any recommendations on love?
I believe love comes to everyone. Just, follow your heart. I believe there's someone out there for everyone. I do, but I also, at night, when I didn't think someone was going to come my way, one night I laid in bed one night and I asked God, would I be okay with myself if my person didn't find me? I had to make peace with that. And once I made peace with that, then the person came. I don't know if it happened, like that, but make sure your right in your backyard is okay before you invite someone in, because you don't want someone to come in and your backyard's not clean and set. Make sure your foundation is set, your head is straight before you invite someone into your house, because you want him to come to a clean house and not a chaotic place.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the BS that you like, belief systems that have hurt women, is the BS that they need a man or a partner to complete them. Thank you very much, Jerry Maguire, Snow White, Cinderella. We need that Prince Charming. And it really is true what you're saying, Starla. Great point. You have to be okay in your backyard and your front yard. Do you love yourself 88% of the time? Are you whole and complete in and of yourselves? That's my Valentine's message for y'all out there today. Love yourself first. It's so true, because at that point you can attract someone else who loves themselves as well. And then instead of completing 50-50, it's 88 plus 88, which is way more than 100.
Yeah.
And Dr. Marissa, a fun fact about Starla, she met her husband online.
I did.
Oh, really? Tinder or Bumble? Tinder or Bumble?
Neither. I'm 61. I'm 61. And I met him. Thank you.
You must use oil of Olay.
Noxzema, but
okay.
I found him on this site about 10 years ago called Our Time. It's a site for 50 and older, because we're all professionals. And,
well, I'm ageless, so I don't know if I qualify.
Well, just go on there. We all travel. We all do this. And so, yes, it's called Our Time for, seasoned people.
I'll look it up.
I'm not doing an advertisement for them, but it worked. It really worked for us.
So you pursued him, or you made the first move?
I stood him up actually 3 times before we met him.
I thought that was such a cute story.
I stood him up 3 times. He kept saying, okay, so real quick, he kept saying, I'm in Frankfurt, I'm here. And I used to be a flight attendant, so I knew about businessmen well. And I was like, okay, I'm not doing that. And I happened to be in New York with my daughter, and I got off the phone. I forgot I was on the phone with him, and I saw this lady eating Chinese food, and I said, where'd you get that from, real quick? And he said, anyone who could talk to someone like that for 5 minutes, I need to meet you. We met at Taps and Dos Logos. When I came in, we talked for 4 hours. We went through 4 waitresses. And at that, right then, he said, I don't want to pursue anyone else. I just want to talk to you. We've been together ever since. We're going on 7 years marriage. We dated for 2, so we've been together for 9 years.
Wow. And is it true he's white because you're colorblind?
He is very white. He is very white, and I'm so cute. He is super white. He's Caucasian. He's German.
Wow. Spread
Yeah.
good.
And I am the first African-American young lady he's ever dated, let alone marry.
That's so cool. What a great story.
Yeah, I appreciate them and love them.
So I'm going to ask on behalf of anyone, including myself, how does one become a comedian? Because one of the hashtag COVID silver linings that happened is people were asking, now, what is it that I would like to do? Do I really like what I'm doing now that I'm not doing it during COVID? How would one, if they were interested in becoming a comedian, do that?
Go to open mics. Go to open mics. Hit me up. I'm at everyone's fave auntie. Or just look, there's this thing called Comedy Bureau. It's in LA or wherever you are. Look for open mics. Go out there and test your waters. Okay? It's a safe place for comedians. They go work out their material even before they hit the road. If you're in LA, open mics are great because Kevin Hart, the Wayans brothers, everyone goes there and do their material before they go on the road. I hit open mics all the time before I hit the road. And you're right there.
Interesting. Okay. So just how do you get material? How do you prepare? How do you is there a class to go to, or is there...
You can just life, watching people on the bus, watching people cut you off. You are your writer. No one writes your jokes. You are your writer. You are your writer. Plus, you can go to comedy classes. You can, to up your game, but don't think someone's going to write your jokes. Please don't. Be careful too. Don't put your good jokes out there because people steal your jokes. So be super careful. Be super careful. Carry your phone around with you or a notepad at all times because your best thoughts, Jay-Z says this all the time. He used to write his stuff on little pieces of paper. You know this, your best thoughts come to you at the craziest time. Write your thoughts down and go back and then, type them out. I'm always have a notepad with me. So, you are your best writer. Your best thoughts come to you at the craziest time. Write them down and then formulate them into a sentence and just ping them off. That's why you go to open mics, bring all your thoughts together and say them in front of an audience. Open mics are between 3 to 5 to 7 minutes. Get out.
How do you keep people from stealing your jokes?
You don't. Because when you go to open mics and say it,
it's public.
So what you do though, once it reached the YouTube world, so be careful because it's out there.
So maybe do it on your own YouTube first.
Well, once you put it on YouTube, it's on the YouTube world. I try not to put too much. It's a debate. Put all your stuff on YouTube or not. But if you got casting people looking at you and they're trying to put you on TV, don't put it all out there because if they put you on the big stage, then the audience has already seen it. They're not going to pay money to see the same stuff. You're not going to come up with the same stuff that somebody's trying to buy a $30 ticket to. Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, and Pat Williams just talked about that, about his stuff being stolen. I don't know if you saw that. And he's a major comedian talking about his material being stolen by other major comedians.
Right. I have a clothing line, and I got a clothing line off of a bit that I use. And so I have a clothing line, and somebody said, hey, they were talking about yum yum sauce. And I was like, that's how I got my clothing line. So, and they were talking about that at the Hollywood Improv. And they said, hey, that's Auntie's material. So, and I got that trademark. So I'm like, hey, so your comedian friends will tell you, but what if you got somebody taking it that's bigger than you? What can you do?
So how do you find you or follow you? I'm going to write it on your name.
Okay. So it's at everyone's EVERYONES fave FAVE auntie AUNTIE
ones or
ones ONES
FAVE
FAVE auntie AUNTIE because everyone got an auntie like me.
All right. So is that right? Look under your name.
Hold on. Let me put my reading glass. Oh Lord, look how small that is. Help me. Everyone's fave. Yeah, that looks right.
All right. And that's how you can find Starla Heinz.
Okay,
And
I'll go to somebody else.
we
Okay.
are almost out of time. I usually give Dr. Tiffanie the last word, final word. I'll give you a quick final word. Let Starla do the final word, and then we'll sign out.
All right. I still believe in love. You can follow your heart and follow Starla too for some great laughs and great entertainment.
Final word, Starla.
Happy Valentine's, everyone. Thank you, ladies, for letting me be here. Follow your hearts, everybody. We all deserve love. Don't get played, because it takes a fool to love. Remember that, ladies?
Absolutely.
Hey, there we go. I love you. Peace.
Love you too. I want to give her Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award for the way that she's taken adversity in her past and refused to be a statistic. And I love that. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live from her loving room on Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show special guest, Starla Heinz, with my fabulous Wednesday co-host, Dr. Tiffanie Tate. Happy Valentine's, all of y'all. Happy Valentine's to you. It's all about balance. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. Now go and have the best Valentine's ever. We'll see you tomorrow. Straight talk. Don't do anything. Well, go ahead and do it.